Sorry for the robot voice, folks, but I've got a face for radio and a voice for print, and I figured that the robot voice was an improvement. I've been a fan of Gordon Lightfoot's music since I was a kid. So naturally, I found myself rather crestfallen when I heard that he had died on May 1, 2023, of natural causes. His music has been an important cornerstone in my life, and has carried me through good and bad times. Moreover, his lyrics have always been thought-provoking. He was a national treasure in his native Canada and an icon, and many of his songs were covered by some of the biggest names in the music business, people like Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Barbra Streisand, and even Harry Belafonte. This video is more than just a tribute to the man and his music, it's an in-depth analysis of the lyrics of The Watchman's Gone, one of my all-time favorite Lightfoot songs. The Watchman's Gone is one of the cuts that surfaced on his 1974 monster hit album, Sundown. Because it refers to a hobo who is trying to hop a freight train at sunset and trying to avoid being caught by a railway watchman, it fits in with the album title on a thematic level. The Watchman's Gone also contains a number of allegorical and autobiographical features. Let's take a closer look at these elements.
Just like birds of a feather, we too have followed the golden sun.
In these two introductory lines, Gordon sings about how we too have followed the golden sun. But what does the golden sun represent? Is it fame, fortune, or both? Who is the we he sings about? Or is this part of the lyrics simply a device he uses to begin the story of the hobos who rode the rails during the Great Depression? Perhaps the word represents another hobo that the main character of the song has encountered. Or it may be a reference Gordon was making to his musical peers in a general sense.
It feels so good, knowing the watchman's gone.
During the Great Depression, many unemployed men rode the rails for free by hopping on freight cars. Using the railways as a means of transportation, they went everywhere and anywhere in search of work or some form of sustenance. Some were hobos with no desire to work, while others were itinerant workers who went from job to job. Watchmen were hired by railways to catch hobos or itinerants riding the rails for free or prevent them from doing so. So naturally, the absence of watchmen represented a sense of freedom for the hobos. Gordon too was an itinerant, going from city to perform while he was on tour, and thus living a semi-nomadic existence. In this sense, The Watchman's Gone is both allegorical and autobiographical. But what did the Watchman represent to Gordon in his personal and professional life? Did the Watchman represent a fear of failure or the fear that he would be caught out as an imposter? Many talented and capable people suffer from what's known as imposter syndrome, afraid they will be found out and exposed as frauds. Even Gordon himself brushed away the idea that he had talent when he told an interviewer, "What I do is so damn basic."
If I give you a rose, buddy, would you please bury it in the fields? I've seen a rose, watching it all fold out.
Gordon's lyrics were often cryptic, and the lyrics in The Watchman's Gone are no exception. What does the rose represent? Perhaps it's a metaphor for the fame, fortune and success Gordon had achieved in this stage of his career, and the idea that it was all starting to feel like old hat for him. In other words, the rose, representing success, wasn't anything he hadn't seen before.
There's a train down at the station. It's come to carry my bones away. 2 engines on, 21 coaches long, end to end, 21 coaches thin.
Here, the number 21 is significant. Gordon was known to gamble from time to time. In the card game of 21, 21 is a winning number. In these lyrics, Gordon might have been expressing a recognition that he had become a big name in the entertainment industry, and that his ship, or train, in this case, had finally come in.
The watchman's out, kicking the bums about. I know I can do it in my sleep. The watchman's out, kicking the bombs about. The watchman's out, kicking your dreams about. As I leave you in the sunset, got one more nothing I'd like to say. You don't know me, son of the sea am I.
Here, Gordon deals with one of the problems fame poses, which is that fans sometimes harbor the illusion that they intimately know their favorite performing artists despite never having met them in person. In one of his later songs, Welcome to Try, he references this idea again by saying battered, but wise, to the truth and the lies that no layman would ever accept. The Son of the Sea reference relates to Gordon's fascination with things of a nautical nature. Indeed, nautical themes have repeatedly appeared in his songs, especially his 1976 hit Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And it seems quite apropos that after Sundown came out, he bought a sailboat and called it Sundown. In his days off from touring and recording in the summer months, Gordon liked to sail the waters of Georgian Bay and Lake Huron.
This I say to you, my brother, if you live to follow the golden sun, you better beware, knowing the watchman's always there.
Here, Gordon offers a cautionary note to all who seek fame and fortune that it can come with many pitfalls. The Watchman is a metaphor for all these problems, and the idea that they can come from the most unexpected places.
If you find me feeding daisies, please turn my face up to the sky and leave me be, watching the moon roll by. Whatever I was, you know it was all because I've been on the town, washing the bullshit down.
Many hobos who rode the rails were heavy drinkers or alcoholics, hence scenes like the one Gordon describes were fairly common, where the hobos in question were so intoxicated they could be found lying face down in a field, or possibly dead. Here, Gordon is reflecting on his own alcohol abuse and the possibility that it could end his career or his life. Washin' the Bullshit Down is an allusion to the reality that the music industry often dumps a lot of bullshit, that is, abuse or garbage, on performing artists, and the idea that one can simply wash away these unpleasantries with a few drinks.
The watchman's out, kicking your dreams about. It feels so good. Oh, the watchman's gone. It's like a song